Hey everybody, GhostJunk here with another Turtle Wow video, this time on a very useful quest chain for weapon skill and how to increase it permanently. Before I get into all that, I want to quickly go over the context around what happened with weapon skill in order to provide clarity around why these changes were necessary and how weapon skill functions as of currently. If you want to skip this explanation, you can do so in the video as everything is timestamped. Weapon skill in World of Warcraft was always a bit of a weird stat on the developer side. But from the player side, it made sense. You need a certain skill level with a certain weapon to make sure you can hit your targets. The weapon skill stat provided that. And then there was some weird additional math that if you went over the max of 300, you'd get some additional hit rating and reduced glancing blows. In Turtle WoW, in 2025, the devs adjusted some of the racial benefits as they felt that races like humans, dwarves, and orcs were a little too strong with their current weapon skill proficiency. They were reduced down from 5 weapon skill to 3 weapon skill, which was a significant nerf. However, they did a small revamp on weapon skill as a whole, making it much easier for all melee classes to go over 300, and some easily being able to reach a very high number with certain pieces of gear and certain talents. Here are a few examples of some older gear with weapon skill, some older gear that was changed to now have weapon skill, and some newer gear with weapon skill. Additionally, they changed some talents to also give weapon skill, and here is one example. They also removed the default 1% hit suppression against enemies and bosses that are 3 levels higher than your level, which in turn reduced the hit cap you needed to reach in order to attack bosses. Weapon skill has been altered so that each point provides a 0.2% chance to your hit rating, meaning that 5 weapon skill equals 1% hit rating added to your character. All these changes really increased the value of weapon skill as a stat. It added another, more reliable way for melee classes to reach their hit cap instead of just using hit rating. To sum up, your hit cap now needs to be 8% instead of 9%. Your max weapon skill should be 315, and there are a bunch of items with weapon skill, new and old, that are actually worth using. The rest of this video is going to show you exactly how to get your permanent weapon skill increase for your desired weapons. First, you'll need to head over to the auction house and look for ancient warfare texts and grab as many as you'll need for each weapon skill. I grabbed 4 for swords, maces, axes, and polearms. Keep in mind, one-handed and two-handed weapons of the same type are included together for their respective quest. Next, you'll want to head over to Frey Island in Ratchet and speak to Matthias Brightheart inside one of the wooden buildings. He'll start you on a short quest chain to retrieve some items and prove your worth. The first quest is called Iron Determination, and he'll ask you to retrieve an Iron Vine root. Head to Fellwood, and on the north side of the zone there is a cave called Iron Tree Cavern. Inside, you can find the Iron Vine root. Once you have it, head back to Matthias to turn in and grab the next one. He'll then ask you to speak to several NPCs to get their wisdom from their stories. You do need to speak to each one. Sakoth Ironjaw is the orc you'll see right when exiting the room Matthias is in. Clanok is a human located just outside the other building. And Kafai is a blue troll located in Gadget Sand near the arena near some metal cages. Return to Matthias back on Frey Island and answer his questions. To make this easy, for question 1, choose option 2. For question 2, choose option 3. And for question 3, choose option 2. Turn the quest in and grab the next one. Make your way to the Burning Steps and head to the central north location, a little up towards the mountains. Locate a fire giant named Rolgast and defeat him. He is soloable if you have decent gear, but just be wary as he isn't a pushover even if you are level 60. Loot the body to grab the Searing Eye of Rolgast. Return to Matthias and he will reward you with a glass marble you need to give to Sakoth, who was the orc you spoke to earlier, and he will reward you with a testimony of resolve to prove you are worthy of the techniques. After completing all that, you'll see that Sakoth has 11 new quests open, each for a different weapon style. Everything except for wands exist. Sorry, casters. Before you do anything, I'm going to flash the screen here as a warning because each weapon style requires 1 ancient warfare text and 250 gold pieces. These skills do not come cheap and are designed to be gold sinks in order to improve your character permanently. Once you have selected the weapon skill you want, Sakoth will exchange your ancient warfare text and 250 gold for a mastery book of that weapon. Each book starts a quest asking you to speak with Nora Steamsight, a gnome located on the top floor of the building that Sakoth and Matthias are in. She will give you a follow-up quest asking you to retrieve a particular item in order to give you the skill that you desire. I will be going over the location of each quest item so you'll be able to get what you want easily. Make sure to check the timestamps below for the weapons you'll want, and let me know in the comments below which weapon skills you decided to take. For Daggers, you'll need to slay Damien, the 4th boss inside Stormwind Vaults. You'll for sure need a full team for this dungeon. Loot the body for the pouch of surgical daggers. For fist weapons, head to Feralas, to the Twin Colossus' location on the map, and near the left one, there is a small tree labeled Eskandar. This will summon Eskandar, that's right, that Eskandar, for you to defeat. You'll need at least 1 or 2 more people to help you, as Eskandar hits pretty hard, but shouldn't take long to defeat. Loot the body to grab the branch of Eskandar. For axes, head over to Ashenvale on the southeast side near the Horde areas and locate the monument to Grom Hellscream. There's a spirit of Grommash Hellscream that you'll need to slay in order to get the Jar of Dirt. He's soloable, but it's going to take a little bit as he has quite a bit of health to burn through. For hammers, head inside Hateforge Quarry and make your way to either the first or second boss, High Foreman Bargal Blackhammer. If you go in by yourself, bring an Invis potion with you to get there without a hassle. Blackhammer is soloable, but take your time as he does a decent amount of damage and has good health. Loot the body to pick up Fingerbreaker. For swords, you'll need to head to Scholomance and make your way to the 6th boss, which is Marduk Blackpool, inside the Academy area before Brass Frost Whisperer. You'll likely need a full team for this section of the dungeon. Loot the body to pick up the Morning Blade. Polearms, you'll have to head into the Caverns of Time and defeat the first boss, Kronar. You'll need a 5-man group to defeat him. Loot the body to pick up the Time-Worn Spear. For bows, you'll need to head into Dire Maul West and slay either the 3rd or 4th boss, depending on your route, Ileana Ravenoak. Easy fight with a 5-man group. Loot the body to pick up the Bow of Oaks. For crossbows, you'll have to go to Stratholme inside the Scarlet area. Head to Cannon Master Willie. After you defeat him, there is a small black chest near where he is located, and it contains the Willie family crossbow. For guns, you'll need to go to Blackrock Depth, locate Houndmaster Grebmar, who is located below the arena. Lord Rockor patrols the path you can take to get to the Houndmaster, and he is in the large room that is full of dogs. You can also solo this boss, but bring some Invis potions to help get you there quickly. Loot the body for the Blackrock Powder. For thrown weapons, head to Lower Blackrock Spire and locate Warmaster Voon. He is the 3rd boss inside the dungeon and is easy to fight with a 5-man group. Make sure to loot the body to grab the throwing axes of the Armani. For staves, you'll have to head to Dustwallow Marsh to this area on the map. The staff is resting on a small hill near the water. It's brown with a green stripe or ribbon or something like that on it, and it blends into the terrain a little too well, so just change your camera angle a bit and you should be able to see it. Loot the staff of Chen, and fun little fact, this is supposed to be the Pandarian monk Chen Stormstout's staff. Fun little Easter egg if you ask me. After you have retrieved your items for whatever your respective weapon skill is, head to Matthias Brightheart for turn-in. He will grant you +5 in your respective weapon proficiency. You'll be able to see them in the General tab in your spellbook, which will confirm that your character has those abilities now. You'll also be able to see them in your character menu under the skills tab. The increases are also located there. As a reminder, the racial proficiencies were adjusted from 5 to 3 weapon skill, so you'll likely see a 308 skill or a 305 skill depending on your race. That's it for this video. I hope all this was helpful and will make your character progression a little easier. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.